Welcome back everybody to Hayes Tech video or ROM reviews. Uh, Hayes Tech ROM reviews. This is Glockman4519 and I just want to welcome everybody back. We're going to do one today for the 1+1 and this isn't a request review, more for me than anything. I did have a couple requests for doing a review on the 1+1. I tried to find a ROM, something new, out for the OnePlus. And I've been following this one ROM for a while. It's called CypherOS. And it's actually got quite a few options in it. Now, it's not one of those over-the-top ROMs with more custom options than you know what to do with. It's basically a stockish ROM, and it has just enough custom features in it, to make me happy, anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Again, this is CypherOS. This is for the 1+1. They do make this for the Nexus 6. So those of you that want to try this, I am on Moonpie version. As you can see, API is Moonpie. This does have all the security updates to it. I am running Buffalo kernel or Bofla kernel. A couple reasons, personal reasons for myself. I don't want to get into that. It's just a couple of the apps that I'm running. I kind of need this kernel. I did try it with the supplied kernel, and the supplied kernel works very, very well. So just letting you guys know, the only reason I'm running Bofla kernel is because I'm doing some testing on something else, and I need this kernel. So that's the only reason. And I'm not running a theme on it right away. I just want to go through the ROM first, and then, like I used to do, I will show you some themes. And so you guys can see that the theme engine does work on it. By the way, it is running CMTE theme. I'm not sure if it's AOSP based or CMTE based. I will look that up and I will put it in the description. So I'll let you guys know for sure about that. I'm almost positive it is CyanogenMod based. So we're going to go ahead and get into it quickly. I'm just going to run through the display real quick. I'll let you guys see it. You have your basic options, what we're all used to. LCD density, you guys can change that if you want. It's pretty much default for the OnePlus, which is 480. Everything looks pretty good to me on that. Haven't found any problems at all as far as screen-wise goes. Really looked good. Ambient display, all that. Everything that you're used to seeing, especially if you're used to running a CyanogenMod theme, this is really mirroring that very close. So sound and notifications. Of course, you have your ringtone volumes, media, and all that. Right now, I'm gonna run my ringtone and that down. That way, I don't blow you guys' eardrums out. Sorry about that alarm tone, but it wasn't that loud. So hopefully, I'll put a warning out there and let you guys know that there may be a little loudness to the review. Anyways, guys, again, pretty much stock options here. As far as this part of it goes, these are your other sound options if you guys want to get in there and play around with that. You have your vibration controls all the way at the bottom. Now we're going to get into their little custom features. They call them additions. It's actually kind of cool the way they have it. Status bar. If you go into status bar, you have status bar icons. You can pick and choose what you want to, right here you can pick and choose what you want to show on your status bar. Then, of course, you have you can show super user if you want, or the headset. That's there for you guys to, turn on or off. Brightness control, task manager, you have your carrier label. If you guys want to put a carrier label on it, you can put it on. They even allow you to color it and change text size, which is pretty cool. I will say that one thing I noticed about this ROM is, at least that I can see, is I can't change where the location for the clock settings at. It's on the right hand side, and I have not found a center location for it yet. So that's pretty screwed up. But I mean, it's not like it's a game changer. I've run ROMs before without being able to run the clock at a center. I just like my center clock setting. Let's see. Network traffic, show notification. Your quick pull down, you can choose whether you want it right, left, or off. And then you have your smart pull down. Now, next up is going to be, of course, you have Pi controls. If you wanna run with that, these are the Pi controls. Actually, I do have it enabled. I don't know if I can get it to come on. Yeah, right there it is. So Pi is working. You guys can set that up however you want. I have it set up really large. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off now so I don't inadvertently hit it while I'm doing the review. Then, of course, you have the wheel, if you guys are used to that. Basically, you turn it on, you pick some apps you want to include in it real quick. You click OK, and then you pick your width, your trigger position. Whoops, I want that higher, right about in the middle. And then if I go back to the other page and then I hit in that area, we're going to have that wheel with only the apps that I put on it, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off as well. Then, of course, you have recent settings. This is going to be where you can set your clear all location, which I usually have bottom left. It does show RAM indicator, which is awesome. I do like that. Not very many ROMs out there now, unless it's Resurrection Remix or Broken or some over-the-top custom ROM, are not giving you the that memory bar. But they do give you the search too. If you guys want to run with that, you do have that option, as well as slim recents if you want to run with slim recents. I will turn it on to let you guys see what the settings are. I'm not going to go too deep into this. I've had this or explained what slim recents were on other ROMs. Basically, it just gives you the... Alright, well, that's not slim recents. Let me go back into it and go back into settings here. I do have it on. Let me enable it one more time, see if it works. Wonder why it's not. What I'll do is, I'll go back into recents and maybe, I don't know. I'm sure it's working, guys. Just play with it. Next up is going to be navigation. It's going to be your nav bars. You can enable them if you want, or you can run with your supplied your hard keys. The OnePlus One does come with its own hard keys, but if you want, like I do, you can run with the nav bars. Now, it does take up a little bit of your screen real estate, but it does give you options to set up, your other buttons, I think, here. No, it doesn't. But anyways, they do have Fling. If you look, navigation bar, you have Fling mode or navigation mode. I'm going to stay in the navigation mode, but here is your Fling interface. If you go into your Fling settings, this is your Fling settings, which is pretty cool if you guys are into Fling. They actually have quite a few settings there for you. I am going to go ahead and stay with the with what I'm used to. It does come with Pulse as well. I love Pulse. I use it. So those are your Pulse settings. Floating windows. They do have that as well. If you guys want to run with that, I don't run with floating windows. I was playing with it. That is working. So they do have that. Next up is going to be the quick settings. Basically, these are these settings right here. You can select your, let's see here, quick setting rows, how many you want, all that. Your headers, select your header. I actually have mine on modern now. When I go with default, you basically get nothing. When I went with Poly HD, I got nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and run with the modern. And also, I'll get to that later, but you can you set your image shadow. Let me see. If you ever get bored with the quick settings menu, here's a simple package with game-changing customizations. Basically, it's transparency changes that you guys can do with it. Again, they show the header images, shadows, quick setting rows. Here's your header images again. Let's go with that. Yeah, there it is. So, anyways, guys, system. You're going to get your wake lock blocker and your system app remover. Again, guys, these two functions here, I highly recommend that you make a backup before you go into them. I'm not even going to open it up because there are some people that are new to custom ROMs, and I don't want them getting in there and seeing some things and seeing me do something and have them screw up their phone. So that would conclude the additions or their section of custom settings. I will show you the lock screen settings. Again, pretty standard. It looks like Cyanogen settings with just a couple little extras here and there. Of course, we do get gesture settings because this is the One Plus. You have tap to wake, tap to sleep. Your double snap. Which is basically press the power button twice for the camera. I love the 3-finger screenshot. You just use 3 fingers, drag down, and you get a screenshot, which is awesome. Then your me gestures. I don't use these. If you guys, use these at all, here they are. I think that's pretty cool that they have it. And then the motion gestures are going to be the basic gestures that the One Plus comes with. Draw a circle for the camera, your music gesture, and then of course the V for the flashlight. These are going to be those gestures here, and they do work. I know I've been playing with those, so that's all working. Next up is going to be security. Basic, again, security settings. Again, device administrator with the latest G apps that I've been using does not come, checked by default, which I think is pretty cool. Make sure you guys check the unknown sources so you can install apps from your SD card or your internal storage, or from something your buddy gives you or whatever. Just make sure that that's on. Your screen pinning is going to be all the way at the bottom, and they do have the your disable permission overlay check on the bottom, which, yes, I'm going to disable that. God, I'll tell you, lately the ROMs that I've been running just been giving me all kinds of issues with overlays. This one did too for a while there. I actually had to pull my theme off, uninstall some apps, reinstall some apps. So yeah, I'm going to try to run with that on for a while, see if that makes any changes. Other than that, guys, I mean, it's again, fairly kind of like stock. I'll run down through the developer options real quick. You do have your advanced reboot, your root access. I always go with apps ADB, Android debugging. Make sure you have it turned on. Bug report shortcut. I'm not sure if they give you the. No, they don't. Okay, well, and then if you go down into the drawing section, all the way at the bottom of the drawing, you're going to get your multi-window mode. And I think that's about it for what I use. Oh, they do give you the SE Linux permissive or enabled switch, which is awesome. I love that. I just love when a developer gives you that option to run permissive if you want, and of course if your kernel allows you to. So that's pretty much it, guys. Again, CypherOS for the OnePlus One. It's worth giving it a try. I haven't run into any real problems with it. I'll tell you one thing right now: Wi-Fi and data are really picking up great on it. I've had no dropped calls or anything, and I do have a Cricket account and a SIM card that I swap through all my other GSM phones, just so I can test and make sure that calling's working, stuff like that, and it is, everything is working wonderfully like that. And I guess if you guys want, I will show you that the camera is working too. I will, yes, take a picture, take another picture. I did disable the sounds. That way it's not going to blow your eardrums out, but as you can see, camera's working fine. Theme. We'll throw a theme on real quick. I'll let you guys see that the theme engine is working. And I'll pick one. I'm trying to think of one I haven't shown you guys already, or one that's been updated. Oh, here's one, the road. I don't think I've shown you guys this one. This one's actually a pretty cool one. I'm not going to enable the whole theme because I have my own fonts and stuff like that that I like to run with. But I will go with the three major ones, which are nav bar, status bar, and style. And I'm even going to go ahead and pick the headers and see if the headers actually work, because I've had problems with this ROM setting the headers for some reason. Not on all themes, but on a couple of them. So we'll see. We're going to go ahead and let this go through and set everything up quickly. That was it. I'm going to go ahead and click the home button and see how it worked. This is the theme. Everything looks pretty good. The headers actually took like it was supposed to. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yep, cool. So as you guys can see, theme engine's working awesome. For the phone dialer, I'll let you guys see what that looks like under this theme, which is pretty cool. Also, the calculator actually looks kind of cool as well. They did some work on that too, so it looks pretty cool. Anyways, guys, this was CypherOS for the OnePlus One. If you liked the review, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I am going to try to do a couple more videos for the OnePlus One. There are a couple other ROMs out there I want to try to get in before N starts dropping. And then, of course, when N hits, hopefully things are going to get much, much more exciting. So, again, I will see you guys on the next one.